Okay, so I am back with Focus on the Family. I'm sure they have a large mailing list, and so when you do have that many people on your list, there is some room for error, and you're not necessarily going to know that you've made a mistake or that you could be raising more funds because you're raising so many. So every time I get these appeals, I'm like, let me help you just rework a couple things because people are moving fast. 80% of people are skimmers, 20 actually read, and so let's walk through this together. I'm just going to hit some high points, what they did right, what they could improve on, and I think you'll have some good take-homes from our time together. And it's worth noting before we dive in that bland gets you nowhere. So we start with the front page. It says Jim's heart. People who give to Focus on the Family do care about Jim, but there is no room for the donor in this header. Jim's heart. So what? Where does the donor see themselves in that? And as I look at this page, there's decent white space. We've got a 3-sentence paragraph, a 3-sentence paragraph, a 5-sentence paragraph, a 1-sentence. So they've broken it up quite well. We also have really good space with the margins. It looks easy to read, but let me tell you what's missing. The headers and the subheads. The only thing for a skimmer, you need to do your bolding, your underlining, your emphasized text. It needs to create the entire letter for the skimmer. So when you create bold, emphasized text, make sure it's summarizing the entire letter. If all I did was read the bold, would I know what you're talking about? Well, guess what I see on the front? Embracing kids' potential. What does that have to do with the donor? What does that have to do with me? So if your donor can't see themselves on the first page, your appeal is DOA. Also, I really do appreciate Tom Ahern always saying, you have a visibility problem before you have a fundraising problem. So it looks easy to read. The problem here is it's not skimmable. There's no way for me to really understand what's being said here, and I'm not really pulled into this story. So if you'll see, the first sentence says, greetings from Focus on the Family as we welcome another fall season. Families everywhere begin to dive headfirst in a new school year. This has very little to do with me. He does say, I pray this letter finds you and your loved ones happy. People start dropping off. The longer your sentences, the more people drop off. 100% of people will read the headings, the subheads, the picture captions, and possibly the pull quotes. But if you're gonna wait till the second paragraph to pull your donor or your reader into your story, they're not gonna get any further in this appeal. Okay, so here's the letter I was showing you. I've already told you about my beef with Jim's heart at the top. I've also told you that this is not skimmable, so therefore you're gonna lose a lot of readers right off the bat. I wanna talk about this real quickly, this picture. First of all, if you want people to find meaning from your photo, please include a caption. So if Jim's intent was to pull his readers in, get them to lean in, it's like that 3-second test that Tom Ahern talks about, put a caption on there that draws the reader in. Something like, Jim and his wife, thank you for being a part of Focus on the Family. I mean, use some you language, please. And also, they're just missing out on, this is a precious part of the letter. Every appeal letter, and if you're going to do your newsletter this way, take advantage of that top right-hand corner. They didn't. And so, again, I don't even know if this is Jim. You know what I mean? So this is the first page. The back side of this page, this is it's one of the least read places, the very top. So we're not even going to read that. We're going to keep going. What will be read is this bold part and this subhead. So join us in equipping the next generation. They would be better off saying, your help is needed. Would you help something with the next generation? Equipping is too vague. They should be more specific. Again, a skimmer is not going to really see themselves in this because if you're talking to all of us, you're not talking to me. So I would just keep on reading or I'd put it down. But let's stick with it. In the bolded text, they say it was in this spirit. When you bold something, make sure it is a complete thought. You don't want it to be building off what you said prior. So I don't even understand what it was in the spirit means, but whatever. You know what I'm saying. It was in the spirit that in 2014, friends like you helped launch an initiative known as Bring Your Bible to School Day, an observance that takes place on the first Thursday of every October. So this is the first time that we've read that they're talking to me. They did say friends like you. I wish they would have said you and other friends like you, but whatever. They're talking about me. I'm involved. So yeah, that's good. But they took too long. It's on the back of the first page, which isn't really going to be read. So typically, they look at the front, they look at the intro, look at the top right corner, then they flip to the back, they look at who signed it, they read the PS. This is not going to be read. So let's see. Bring your Bible to School Day, impacting lives. Could you bring me into this, please? I feel like they're talking at me. They do say next page, please. No one's really going to see that. I do like it when you can use like a pen mark, like a blue pen is even better than a black pen because it looks more personal. Anything that jumps out at you is good. So they could have done an arrow, but that's fine. I'm clearly being nitpicky. I get a lot of these and they're raising funds clearly because they keep sending these out, but I'm just perplexed because some of the most basic direct mail principles aren't really being utilized. So we're seeing more texts. They're probably talking about, bring a Bible to school day, that it was good. All right, here we go. Bottom of so we've got one page front and back. This is the second page front. If you would like more information about Bring Your Bible to School Day so that you can pass it along to young people within your sphere of influence, you may visit bringyourbible.com. What you're going to see here is they've made a lot of calls to action. So the call to action here is you can get more information, pass it along. You're going to see on this last page, there's even more calls to action. So right now they're saying we can go to visit bringyourbible.com. Now they're also saying, I hope you'll help us spread the word. So we've got 2 calls to action. And then we got a third call to action. You can equip students to take a stand for Christ. Finally, I'm being pulled into the header. Finally, there's something about me. I think take a stand for Christ is a little bit hard to visualize. What does that mean? You're far better off being clear, concise. Don't be conceptual or vague, but whatever. I'm finally brought into the header. This is the last page, by the way. And this is where he makes kind of a hard ask. That's why I wasn't sure if it was a newsletter or an appeal. There are no photos, there are no picture captions. I mean, they have missed out. Nobody is going to read this far. If they do make it to the last page, we're going to see, with your gift today, you'll empower children and families to be living, breathing examples of God's love and grace through Bring Your Bible to School Day, broadcast, parenting, podcast, resource. Okay, so he hasn't asked me for a gift straight out. Let's see. Does he ask me directly at all? No, he's just saying, he's asking that we prayerfully consider giving today. If you ask for consideration, you're going to get consideration. Thank you, Steven Screen. If you ask for a gift, you're going to get a gift. If you ask for advice, you'll get advice. Unless you're talking to a major donor, then when you ask for advice, you'll leave with a gift. Otherwise, in appeals, when you ask for advice, you get advice. So ask for a gift. He should just say, would you please help? What are we even doing? Would you please help a child bring their Bible to school? He should just ask for it. The good thing is they did bold that. So if I were to skim the page, I would see you can equip students to take a stand for Christ. With your gift today, you'll empower children and families. Okay, that's good. That's fine. I can live with that. But you will see he's thanking me in advance. Will you join us for praying? There are so many offers. Talk about decision fatigue. The good thing is they do have a PS and they summarize the offer. Your gift today will equip students to boldly celebrate faith through efforts like Bring Your Bible to School Day. Please give today. Finally, I get a good offer, a good ask. Thank goodness they've not combined all the other things they asked me to do into that. You can see why there's problems here. Like, there are no pictures with picture captions. That's fine, except I'm saying there's no pictures with picture captions because it's very difficult to read this or even get the feel for what this is. We have spent so much time on this. This will be picked up and put down within 15 seconds. So anyways, we've got that. Let me show you real quick. Okay, so here is the reply device. I'll empower my children and others to celebrate their faith. Well, we did have a different call to action on the actual appeal. It was about Bring Your Bible to School Day. So all of a sudden they've changed. They've changed it on me. So this is just confusing. They've made a lot of offers in the actual letter, appeal, whatever this is. Then on the call to action on the reply device, it doesn't even match up with what they've asked me to do, but they do match it up in this right here. Yes, Jim, I'll equip students to live out their faith through Bring Your Bible to School Day. I'm enclosing my gift of blank. Okay, that's great. And then they recommended I'll help families thrive monthly, encloses my gift. Okay, that's great. So they didn't do a gift ask string. They just said to enclose a gift. They told me what it'll do. They really should change this top one to reflect what the offer actually is. I do think, if possible, it's really good. If you're not going to do a gift asked here, I think it's really helpful to remind your donor of what they gave last time. So basically, thank you for your gift of $100 on August 28th. And then I just think it's helpful to list that on the reply device if you're not going to do gift ask strings, because they, like mid-level and smaller dollar donors, they don't really remember what they gave you. I hope that was helpful to you. I provide fundraising consulting. My business is Grow Better. I work with small to mid-sized nonprofits to help them optimize their fundraising approach, to raise more funds, to find new donors, to maximize funds from their current donors. I am your go-to. So if you're interested in me, you want to make a call, I do free strategy calls. You can always leave the call with some good take-home information. Just know I'm available to you. There's a link in my LinkedIn bio to schedule a call.